Welcome to the Chronicles of Terra Sirenum Special Edition. This is a deep dive, a look at the catalogue of out-of-place anomalous objects spotted at this site between Chamberlain and Dukashev in the southern mid-latitudes of Mars. The HiRISE camera on board the Mars Reconnaissance orbiter took this photograph called Sand Dunes. Acquired on the 17th of November 2007, a very high resolution of 25.1 centimeters per pixel. This is a huge photograph coming in at over 1.2 gigabytes in size. I cropped the images from the JP2 black and white map projected file. And here's a crop from the low resolution black and white photograph. And the anomalies I'll be showing you are some of these larger, brighter objects that litter this terrain. The site is located here between Dukashev and Chamberlain in the southern mid-latitudes in this area called Terra Sirenum. The coordinates of that site are approximately 63 degrees, 14 minutes south, 131 degrees, 37 minutes west. So first up, we're looking at this strange piece. I'll be showing you 4 of the anomalies where I used conventional magnification, a plugin that I installed in Google Chrome, versus a Gigapixel upscale. There you can also see the actual size of that object. So we can see a comparison between the two upscaling technologies. So Gigapixel upscales preserving edges, whereas conventional magnification produces very blurry, out of focus image upscales. So we can see the details correspond, the lowlights, highlights, the shape, the outlines, all correspond. You can also see, check there, that highlighted area is also visible there. That strange rectangular part embedded on the top, we can see there as well. So the details are just more pronounced and more in focus in the Gigapixel upscaled images. So there's that anomaly at actual size, 1:1 scale, cropped from the original JP2 photograph. I've included a scale indicator to assist in measuring the size of the objects. So that one there, I would say, is about 16 meters across. Check out the strange rectangular opening on it. Is this a piece of wreckage? It looks very metallic in nature, slightly folded over here to the left. It's got like a crease in it, but that rectangular opening is totally out of place, very anomalous indeed. That piece there looks as if it might be folded out from that part there, like a flap to the right. Who knows, folks? This is a mind-blowing anomaly. Check this out. We've got 3 parts that seem to interlock. They've moved away slightly. Get the details on both of these upscales, the conventional versus Gigapixel upscale. We can see the highlights over there are visible in both. the details around this object correspond, and there's an actual size 1-to-1 scale of this structure-like anomaly. There it is in context, that actual size 1-to-1 scale. So I'd say that is about 16 meters long, and it consists of those 3 parts. Very unusual. That thing there is right in the center, and then this carved out or hollowed out area to the left. I wonder if this is some type of structure. Check this part out, folks. Very weird. It's got like this Y-shaped part on it, and then this smaller rectangular piece to it on the top. Let's take a close-up look. Here it is in context. So I would say that's about 8 meters in length. So what's going on here? That looks like a circular opening. Could that there be a rectangular opening, or is it a shadow that's being cast by this part? This too is very unusual. The geometry of this Y-shaped piece, the symmetry to it, and then it's lying diagonally across this block with rounded corners. This is also very unusual to see 2 parallel parts in the center of a larger item. Let's have a look at this in context. So it's right there. I'd say that's about 4, 8, 12 meters across. So all these things are huge. So the gap between those two is about 3 or 4 meters. Sort of equal in length, parallel to one another. There's another one of those over there. So what could produce this in nature? It's like an H shape to it. So going forward, all the image upscales I'll be showing you next were upscaled using Gigapixel. I just showed you 4 examples in the beginning of what the upscale looks like compared to conventional magnification. So I'd say this part we're looking at next is about 4, 8, 12 meters across. It consists of 2 parts. Very metallic looking. Get the uniformity in the width of this piece. And then the symmetry of the part underneath. This too looks like some type of foil, almost like aluminum foil. It's been bent up. I don't know what's going on there, folks. Right, check out the small block over here. I'd say it's about 4 meters across. And it's also got a strange opening in it. And then more metallic looking parts. I wonder if this is part of a failed mission, some wreckage. Some of my subscribers have compared some sites on Mars to dumping sites. I wonder if these things have been dumped here in the past. But it's highly unusual to see how far apart these items are. We've got vast distances between these things. They're not clumped together. It's very odd indeed. I wonder what's underneath this sand. Looks almost like clay, dried out clay bed. And then there's this strange item about 40 meters to the left of that block. It's about 8 meters in length. It looks like some type of machinery or technology. I don't know if that there is another piece, or could it be that it pushed that sand up to the left? Right, let's check out these. I've included some upscales of natural surrounding boulders so that you can see what they look like when they've been upscaled using Gigapixel. So these look more conventional, more like boulders. But it is quite odd that we've got two rectangular carved out areas, like a step over there to that boulder. So it's also been hollowed out slightly, almost rectangular in shape. Right, check out this long, narrow part. It's about 8 meters in length. Looks almost like a little obelisk. Also to the right, a very strange looking piece. I don't know how to classify this impression in the surface. Check this out. I'd say it's about 8 meters across. Got an oval shape to it. Concave in shape. And then that part bridging that gap. So you can walk underneath it. I wonder what that is. It's almost like a dish that's been mounted on the surface. And then that item is about 6 meters across. Neat block over here to the right as well. But check this out. I don't know what's going on there either. It's got like this rectangular base, and then this part on the top, that there looks like a brace. Right there we've got another small block. It's about 4 meters across, and it's lying on top of a semicircular disc. That's also very strange. Might be another block over here on the right. This item is about 10 meters in length. So sort of rectangular in shape. Neat right angles to it. And it's got this strange ornate design on it. That there seems to be hollowed out or carved into it. That there looks like an elbow joint pipe piece. The small, almost spherical shaped part there, lying next to it. It's also a protruding side over there to the top right. There's also lots of these at the site. These parts look like huge pieces of sheet metal. I'd say that's 4, 8, 12, just over 12 meters across. It's got a small part on the top as well. It looks like it's placed there. In my opinion, this is very weird. There's more of these that I'll show you in a moment. Now check out this. That part is about 8 meters across. A rounded shape. And then a semicircular opening. The block highlighted there is about 8 meters across. Checking comparison to a conventional boulder, this is very smooth and flat. I don't know if that part broke off from it or if it's like a step, 2 layers. Right, let's have a look at this block. I'd say it's about 6 meters in length, and it's got parallel sides, straight edges and right angles, slightly rounded corners. Right, up next, this strange oval part. It's about 9 meters across. Very smooth, flat surface. And then it's got a nice symmetrical shape to it. Not at all like any of the boulders. Very smooth material. Right, then that piece, 4, 8, 12 meters in length. Small part in the center. Another very smooth block over there. Let's see how big is that block. About 6 meters across. The highlighted part there looks as if it had like a roof that caved in. 4, 8, 12 meters across. Check that out. Small parts on the inside there. So, very strange items visible there to the left. There's a long, narrow, rectangular piece there, 4, 8, 12. It's about 10 meters in length. Straight edges, right angles, uniformity in its width. And it has this protruding part close to the center. Highlighted item there is about 4, 8, 12, about 10 meters in length. The hollowed out area, straight edge. Check at the ridge line there, or slot. This reminds me of some type of dolmen setup. Right, check this piece out. About 15 meters across. This is huge. Got like a opening there to it. Small hole. I don't know how to classify this piece. Totally out of place. If you look at a boulder, this thing's got some structure to it. Right then, this small part, from the shadow that's being cast, I'd say that there's about 2 meters tall. Check a close-up of this. It's like a long, narrow mast sticking up out of the surface, with nothing else like it in the surrounding terrain. Check that out. It sticks out like a sore finger. Okay, this oddball, it's about 6 meters across. And again, I don't know what this is. It's got like vents or a grid to it. this piece sticking out. Some type of machinery or technology or wreckage. Doesn't look like a conventional boulder in my opinion. This is also quite an odd piece. It's about 4 meters across. I don't know what it is. It's got small parts in it. Another megalithic block. This one's about 4, 8, 12 meters across. And in its center we've got that long narrow part protruding out of it. Strange shaped it as well. Possibly cut to fit into other parts like it. Another megalithic block. This one's about 5 meters in length. Again, straight edges, right angles, uniformity in its width. Compared to a boulder, that again sticks out like a sore finger. The item highlighted there is about 10 meters across. It's got a rectangular part on the top, like a lid almost. Rounded corners. This oval part is also out of place. I don't know how to classify this either. That's about 4 meters in length. A small little piece sticking out of the one side. It also looks metallic in nature. That oval part is about 6 meters across. Got these 2 rounded parts on either side. Looks like an opening, and then that part, I wonder if that there covers that hole. This looks like a container of sorts. It's about 4 meters across. That open on the one side, and if that there closes that opening, check out the right angles to this piece. The item there is about 5 meters across. It's like dome shaped with this cone-like opening. With this strange texture to the surface next to it. And it's visible there too. If you use a conventional magnifier, you'll see these details are there. Some type of machine, who knows? This is interesting, check this out. That piece is about 4 meters across. With like 2 parts lying next to one another with these smaller pieces on top. Very unusual. I wonder if this is a 6-sided object that's embedded in the surface and we can only see 1, 2, 3, 4 of the sides. The symmetry and geometry of this piece is also quite strange. I'd say it's about 8 to 10 meters across. Check this out. And in the conventional magnified image, you can also see that part, and that part is also visible. So I don't know what that is, a crack perhaps? The part highlighted there, again, looks like some type of sheet metal. It's about 8 meters across. Another piece next to it. Compared to the boulders, those two parts are totally out of place. This one seems to be bent up slightly. The item highlighted there is about 12 meters across. It's got a small item on the top that seems to be placed there. Right, the item highlighted there is about 8 meters in length. It's got a neat circular carved out area on it. Smaller part on the inside. This looks like some type of wreckage. It's about 4 meters across. Get the details on it. And then that oblong piece next to it seems to be like a cylindrical part. Check out this block, folks. It's about 8 meters in length, and I'd say it's about 4 meters tall from the shadow that's being cast. Very artificial looking indeed. It's huge. And then again, I don't know what this is. To me it looks like metallic wreckage. A picture says 1,000 words. I don't know how to classify these things, folks. Another totally out of place item here. Check this out. And yet again we've got another megalith. Check this out. It's about 6 meters in length, straight edges, right angles, very smooth flat surface and uniform width. And another item that seems to be placed on that larger piece, about 8 meters in length. Then the items highlighted to the left, again, in my opinion, looks like metallic wreckage. The parallel edges here. And then that pattern seems to be repeated, a smaller object on a larger part. This one's about 10 meters across. The texture on this is also rather odd. Very different to the other items we've seen previously. Looks like a disc over here. Again, this looks like sheet metal lying there on the surface. I'd say that's about 10 meters across. Smaller part in the center. Wonder if that there could be another rectangular opening. Could these cover holes in the Martian surface? Are these like hatches or covers? Right, the piece over there is about 8 meters across. And again, it's got this strange sheet metal type of appearance. Ornate pattern on the top over there in its center. And then these strange ring-like anomalies. This is a really odd item. It's about 6 meters in length with this opening. It's like twisted. almost like shaped like a DNA strand. Very strange. Some natural boulders seen around here as well. Could that be some type of fossil? Again, this looks like some type of sheet metal, in my opinion. Very odd. Partially covered over there to the top. This oblong piece is about 8 meters in length. With that detail on the top. Uniformity in the width of that brighter side. It's almost like 2 eyes, a nose and a mouth. Again, that looks like some type of wreckage. It's about 8 meters across. Two parallel sides, hollow on the inside. Again, I don't know how to classify this. It's about 10 meters in length. Seems to have layers to it. Some type of fossil. Another block over here to the left. The highlighted object there is about 6 meters across. And it seems to have a hollowed out area on the left hand side. The neat right angles going on here in this piece. And then again, sheet metal, wreckage. This piece is about 8 meters in length. And it seems to be folded. It's got a folded look to it. Conventional boulders over here to the top left. And then this item, totally out of place. It almost looks as if it's slightly transparent as well. And then the rectangular item there is about 10 meters in length. Very well defined edges and sharp corners. Strange oval part over here to the right as well. Compared to the boulders, these parts are totally out of place. Another item, this one's about 8 meters in length. And it seems to be open as well. The texture on this part, which is about 4 meters across, is also totally out of place. It seems to have smaller parts on the inside. This piece is about 6 meters in length. And it's got a strange block shape to it. Slightly rounded, possibly dented in here slightly. Ridge line, uniformity in its width. Again, who knows what that is? Here's a look at a boulder, and then that. This is a rather interesting picture. Check this out. That's about 6 meters in length. these strange, almost star-shaped part there. It looks like some type of fossilized creature. But what the heck is going on here? Fascinating. Another long, narrow block. This one's about 8 meters in length. It's got 2 parallel ridges or slots on it. And then a small block in the middle of nowhere. I'd say it's about 3 meters across. This is an interesting surface feature. It's about 16 meters in length. And it's got these smaller, similar size, rectangular parts to it. And then the 2 larger ones to the left. And then I thought I'd include this one. It's about 12 meters in length. Check this out. Got a neat design to it. Could be natural, but it's a very interesting piece as well. The block highlighted here is about 6 meters across. And it's got an opening on the one side. Highlighted here is another one of those strange, natural looking parts, but it's hollow on the one side. That there is about 4 meters across. Check this. Hollow on the one side. It looks like the boulders surrounding it, but then this opening is questionable as well. And then the piece over there about 5 meters in length is also quite strange. It looks like a leaf, a huge leaf. Natural boulders, and then that part sticks out like a sore finger. Right, then we have another block, about 8 meters in length, highlighted there. Check that out. And then a smaller one over here to the left. And then the huge block over here, about 8 meters across. It's got grooves on its side. Looks a lot more eroded than the 2 we looked at previously. So, could we have like megalithic blocks made out of different material at this site? This material seems to be a lot more eroded, possibly older, who knows? And then that part there, again, looks like wreckage. So it's about 8 meters in length. Looks like 2 parts lying slightly at an angle of each other. Check that out. Rectangular carved out area there, almost like a lid. I don't know what's going on there either. There's another one of those long, narrow parts. I'd say it's about 10 meters in length. Uniformity in its thickness. Looks like a strange disc-shaped piece by the shadow it casts. Sort of shaped like this. Very odd. And then two very smooth, bright parts over there. Check this out. That part is about 6 meters in length. We've got a rectangular piece covered in sand. Only this part is sticking out. Thin material as well. The part highlighted there is about 10 meters across. It's also got like a fossilized look to it, like a huge leaf. I don't know what's going on there. Small dome or sphere over here to the left. It's about 3 meters in diameter. Let's have a look at those items. They're each about 4 meters in size. Another block. And then these pieces. Highly metallic looking parts. And then that object that sticks out like a sore finger as well is about 8 meters in length, and this one literally looks like a finger with a nail on it. Very odd. And then this, another one of these strange sort of obelisk anomalies. This one is also tall. I'd say it's about 2 meters tall from that shadow that's being cast. Check this out. Neat triangular shape, uniformity in its thickness or width. And then various odds and ends over here. We're looking at more blocks. This one over here is about 5 meters in length. Another block over here. And then we have another rectangular object over there. This is about 4 meters across, and it's got a neat opening in it. Smaller part on the inside. We've got multiple parts lying on top of one another there. I'd say that's about 4, 8, 12, 16 meters in length from there to there. Again, this looks like sheet metal, possible wreckage. I don't know. Another block. Another long, narrow item there, folks, about 8 meters in length. It's got a strange shape to it. It looks almost as if this bent. Slightly bent. It's got a kink in it. Check that out. Neat right angles. Uniform width. Small little protruding part over there in the center. And yet again, a smaller part that I speculate is placed on a larger item. This piece is about 5 meters across. And that part is also quite interesting. Another smaller object on top of this. The object highlighted there is about 4 meters across. That, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Looks like a donut-shaped part, partially visible on that piece. sort of like a disc shape. And then again, a smaller item placed on a larger one. This one's about 10 meters across, almost there in its center. And then we've got another small block over here, folks, about 3 meters across, made out of a highly eroded material. Looks a lot older than the other pristine blocks at this site. It's also rather interesting over here to the top left. Here's another huge part. It's about 10 meters in length. It's got like a round shape to it, and then a strange opening. Like a pattern that's being depicted on this piece. I don't know, folks. Eyes, nose, mouth, and then something on the forehead. I don't know. Pareidolia, but yeah, this is interesting. Natural boulder over here to the bottom, and then that looks like some type of sculpture or carving. Long, narrow item, 4, 8, 12 meters in length. Check this. Boulders, and then this. A needle in a haystack. Totally out of place. Right, for some context, let's have a look at this site in Google Earth Mars. You can see NASA's photographed this site a number of times. Check that out. And it's located between Chamberlain and Dukashev. And this is Terra Sirenum. So let's scroll through those anomalies again. Yeah, I've attached thumbnails to that site. I'm just going to let this run, folks. You can pause it at any point. Isn't that amazing, eh? We've got these boulders and then these very well-defined, very smooth objects with symmetry and geometry to them as well. So a lot of these could be natural, but imagine if only one of these objects turns out to be unnatural, reflecting intelligent design and manufacture. It will change human history forever. We really need to go there, walk around these objects, hop on top of them, excavate around them, check out the surfaces for machine marks. Wonder what we'll find. We're about halfway, folks. I hope you enjoy this longer format video. Let me know in the comments what you think of my hypothesis that we're looking at possible sheet metal, wreckage type of material, and then megalithic blocks. Some newer, some older, more eroded, possible fossils, some type of technology or machinery. There's that finger that sticks out like a needle in a haystack. Yeah, I say that quite often. It sticks out like a sore finger. Maybe a small toe. Let's engage in the comments. I look forward to reading your thoughts, your opinion and analysis as to what these objects might be. As always, thanks for watching.